Hey, what is up? What is up? Charlie, welcome.
A pleasure, a pleasure.
I was telling the guys backstage, whenever I see his collection, I use this all.
Mother of God.
Man, it's cool, man. Like honestly, like even before the show started, I was like, admire your collection, the focus, everything. It's it's another level, you know.
Yeah,
And then Brendan pointed out his sweater. I was like, what is going?
no. And underneath we have them too. You know, it's not like
uh...
my dog's name is Magnus. So yeah, we're in it.
Nice, man. Well, glad to have you on, man.
We did it.
Yeah.
I know you hit me up the other day, but that was the day that I was flying back from vacation back home. So I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. I got here like at 1 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, no, any other day, and we're good.
Yeah, man, you're always welcome to join. We do it Saturdays, Tuesdays, and whatever day comes up. But yeah, man, always welcome to join. We just shoot the shit here. So what we could do as statue guys, right?
Yeah.
But Brenton, man, how's everything?
Oh, it's going good. Had a little bit of a busy Saturday. You know what? I get to invest in something new tomorrow, I guess. I broke my iPhone charger.
Oh, okay. So. I was like, oh man, my heart was like, no. Yeah, but like, got to him.
It's just like one of those dumb things you do when you don't think about it. Where I had it like sitting on a table, but I was like adjusting the height, and it slid off while it was plugged in. It must have landed right on the charger while it was plugged in.
Of course, right? Yeah. Charlie, just to let you know, like Brenton is our new, he's not new or anything, but he's new to the statue game. I think 1 month in.
Oh, you're
and
amazing.
he literally got some
best advice. Take it easy.
There you go.
Take it easy. They're statues. They're gonna be around. Just take it easy. Don't want to buy everything you see.
we tried that already, Charlie. Like, look what he has behind him.
Yeah, I think I messed up.
It happens. The air is just that thing of like, I need to catch up.
Yeah, he got Doctor Strange, which is like amazing piece, and he got it for a great price. And then this guy jumps to what else did you get, Brenton? The
Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
Sideshow piece. I'm still waiting for a decent Scarlet Witch to add to the family part because I already have a Polaris, but I need a I haven't seen one that I actually like. Oh yeah, that's the Scarlet that I want, and obviously there's no Quicksilver, so yay.
But then this guy jumps into XM Hulk transformation, like
that's
right off the bat.
That's a really nice piece. That's another level piece.
Yeah, that's my favorite Hulk. But it looks, Brenton, thanks, man, for joining. Hopefully, no live pre-orders tonight. Mark, man, how's everything?
Doing good, man. Just lazy Saturday for me. I was just surfing the groups, looking for deals on eBay. I haven't really did shit today, to be honest with you.
Nah, man, you already did it Monday through Friday, so you're good.
Yeah.
But Charlie, I don't know if you want to start it off with like telling us a little bit about yourself or like about your collection and stuff like that, just really quick.
Well, I mean, I'm fairly new. Like my obsession here with well, compared to the statue games, I've only been collecting this sort of stuff for 6 years, 7 years almost now. So to that part is fairly new, and I don't only collect Magnetos. I also have like a different section that I can. I think I sent you the pictures. I also have a Street Fighter like a Kuma like shrine, basically almost the same thing as Magneto. And I have some other Marvel vs. Capcom related pieces because that's basically where I come from to this game. It's more from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, like playing Magneto, like Magneto, Storm, and Psylocke. That's why those are the only like guests in that corner over there is because of the game. I actually have the game. It's in front of the statues over there. So that's where I really came into the game, and it was like I saw 2 to 3 pieces, which I was talking to a fellow statue collector today that came by, that I saw the first time, and I was like, and I was telling him maybe if I would have been able to get these pieces at the very beginning, I probably would not have gone into this madness.
Yeah.
To be honest, to be completely honest, because it was all chasing this piece right here, the Mad X Magneto.
Oh, 1 second. I'll get you. Which one is that?
This one right here.
That's a custom, right?
Yeah, that is a custom. Most of my collection is custom. It's just the nature of it. There's only so many licensed pieces, and they always do something that it's not even accurate, or it's not, or it's their style choice, and that's fine. But yeah, I prefer like more of the comment. I don't care where it comes from, as long as it's accurate to the art that it is from, and if it's canon, I don't mind. I love it. But yeah, I started collecting. Then the pieces that I wanted was that piece, and it was the XM throne, the Magneto on throne.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
The Iron Studio 1/6 versus Sentinel Magneto here. Right here. This little guy right here. This one, and then the Cotobuquilla. So those were the ones that I like really wanted, and obviously I was able to get like the first 1/4 piece that I bought was the XM Magneto and the Daniel Bell Magneto as well. I bought those 2 at the same time. I remember because I was working, and I had like the biggest overtime that I ever had. And I was like, and it was like my birthday. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to blow it out in these 2 statues. And that was the first 2. And that was like the very beginning. That was like the end of it. That's when I started going ham and just buying absolutely and everything that it was Magneto related. And it was also, once I saw those pieces, and then I saw our good friend of mine, Gianni Mesa, which he had like the best Magneto's display that I had seen. I've always seen like a 2 Magneto here, 3 Magneto there, and I've seen the like dedicated collections like Hulk dedicated, Superman, Batman, and it was like all about the character. So I was like, I haven't seen nobody done that with Magneto. Gianni had the closest thing to it because he had like a really nice display. He had like the XM Magneto, he had the RCD Magneto, he had his own Magneto at that time that he had made, which I have. It's the one here next to this one, which is my rarest piece actually, because there's only 13 of this one, and this is the proto. So I had seen this statue in his display with the Sideshow bust and the photo and this little dude, the 1/6 Bowen, and I saw that display and I was like, yes, and I got fueled. And I was like, I know I'm gonna have a bigger display, a Magneto display than you. It was like a friendly rivalry. He didn't even know about it. It was just me, like my competitive nature. I just saw it. I'm like, no, I'm gonna have the biggest Magneto collection. And then it just, and in search of this piece. So in search of this piece, because as soon as I got this one the other day, when I was able finally to hunt down actually, I wasn't even hunting it down at that point. I actually had given up. I said, I'm not searching it anymore. I'll probably won't find it. I'm done. It was 6 years in. So I was like, if it shows up, it shows up. And it showed up. Somebody, a collector that was getting out of the game, and that was his last piece. And he came to me. He said, hey, I thought of selling it. And the first person that I thought it was you. Funny enough, the same piece that he had was a piece that I almost bought on eBay like 2.5 years into the game. I had seen that same statue. I even have the screenshots still on my phone from the base number and everything, and I almost bought it. I didn't buy it because I didn't have the money at the time, and at that time it was $2,500. which I thought at that point it was like, whoa, this is way too much for a statue. What is this? But I'm like, no, you know what? I need it. And I could not get the money on time. Somebody bought it. When come to see it, the person that comes to me has that same statue that I almost bought, because I saw I have the base down here with the ES number, and I had the screenshots, and when I was looking at it randomly one day, I'm like, this is the same statue, and it just came back to me. So as soon as I got that statue, like my need of getting every other Magneto stopped, because that was the piece that I really wanted to get. So like the only other two pieces that I'm really excited about right now is the LBS 1/3 Magneto and a custom life-size bust that's coming out soon. Should be shipping end of this month, hopefully.
Wow, what a journey so far.
Yeah, and so I got to the point that I just wanted all the statues, everything. I just wanted to have like the entire history of all the Magneto statues. Just have at least one of each, and I still buy little pieces here and there because it's just adding to the collection. It's just fun at this point. But I got my goal. My goal when I actually decided that I was going to go into it, and it was because of that. I didn't see nobody doing a dedicated Magneto collection like that, and that said, you know what? I really don't want to get, because I know myself. This is the result of just one character. I would do this with every character that I love. That's the problem. So I just decided I'm gonna let it go. Every other character, I'm gonna stop every other. Like the Street Fighter, I stopped it, and it was just, I'm gonna do just Magneto. And once I get to the point that I want to get, I'm satisfied, which I'm almost there. So I'm not gonna say I'm gonna retire, because that'd be bullshit. But I'm slowing a lot. I'm definitely slowing a lot, because the shipping prices are just ridiculous. It killed the game for me.
Yeah, 1,000%.
I'm not rich. It seems like it could be like that, but I'm not. This is just a lot of hard work, sweat and tears, and years into it. But yeah, no, the shipping prices are ridiculous right now.
Yeah, I think you were saying like for me too, like shipping by itself is another statue, you know?
Yeah,
so
basically.
it's like, yeah, it's getting crazy. But Brenton, did you get anything from that? Like focus. Just take it easy a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to get a focus. I'm going down that
it
Hulk
helps.
path.
It helps me, because I see a statue that I would say, oh my god, that statue is like, I would definitely love to own that piece. It's not a Magneto, and so I dismiss it just like that. You know, it's amazing. It's great. I would love to have it, but it's not a Magneto. So I just don't. The problem is that every single custom group that shows up, the first statue they do is Wolverine and then Magneto, or Magneto and then Wolverine. So if it's now at this point, I've passed on a lot of pre-orders. There's like 3 or 4 new Throne Magneto pieces coming out that I just didn't get. Like one of them I got and I sold because of the shipping. I saw the shipping and I was like, whoa, no, I'm not paying that. And so, yeah, I'm preparing myself to what the LBS and the bus are going to be, but in my head, I already have a number. So if it's below that, we're good.
Crossing my fingers for you, man. The only Magneto I have is the XM one. I had a local guy fix. Yeah, I had him repaint it. So,
yes, yeah, I saw. That's right.
So, like, I gotta say, Magneto by himself, like, is a standout character. Like, any rendition you have of him, like the white version, the whatever version you have of him, he's very interesting. Like the character himself too, like from the comics, from the movies. Like everyone could like.
So that was my thing. Like mainly it was because of the Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Like once I learned how to use the character and I saw what he can do when I got my ass kicked in an arcade once, and I'm like, oh, that's what he does. That was it. Like that was it. It was I've played this game for like 25, 30 years, like nonstop, and it was Magneto, and especially the blue Magneto. So I know that a lot of people don't really like these two pieces because of the history of the commissioner. We're not talking about that, but regardless, those were pieces that I had to have because that's what got me into this. Like my passion for Magneto, like that. So playing the game like that, it was that was it. Like so many of my actual friends that I still have communication and speak daily with are because of Marvel vs. Capcom 2. So it has a lot of meaning to me that certain pieces, most of them, like right now, I'm content with the red color Magneto. That's the regular Jim Lee style. Like that's the one that I prefer from all of them. Like that style in particular. But right now, I'm like I'm not buying anything else that if it's not canon, a variant suit that is not canon, I'm not getting it. If it's canon, if it's a variant suit, that you get my pre-order right now. That's where I'm at right now. I just want the variants because I have already way too many red and purple Magnetos. So like I love like this one that it's although it's red and purple, but it has a different helmet that's a Deodato Magneto. This one, the Lotto Magneto over here, which has the black pants and red. It has a little bit of that more like steampunk vibe to him, which I really like. And of course, the portrait that the sketch that was used for the statue, like if you put the statue next to the portrait, is the same thing. So that's where you grab me. If you're faithful to the or accurate to the comic book art that you took the Magneto from to make him, that's you have my vote all the time. If you remain faithful to that, great. So then the other two, but mostly the white. I have the white Magneto, the black Age of Apocalypse Magneto from X-Men Blue. And then the blue Magneto from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, which is also a costume in one of the comics versions. It's just that it's very rarely seen that much. But there's still some other costumes that can be made that haven't. Oh yeah, and the Ultimatum Magnetos, which that throne piece that I have up there is just one of one. It's the only one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's his name? Buck was telling us about it.
Yeah.
That's cool. Mark, is there anything or is there any character you could do the same with, like Charlie has?
Wow, that's tough. That's a
Yeah.
that's a discipline I don't possess.
Yeah.
Maybe Venom would be the only one that I could like, but even then, it's like everything in your collection would be black or
Blue,
it's
black,
yeah, a little
yeah.
blue. So, is it anything about the purple and red color that kind of drew you to that character, or is it just kind of
I have a fascination with the color purple, like just since I was a kid. It was like purple and orange, red not so much. Red was like I'm all black. It's white, black, gray, basically my color, like every other person. But other than that, it was like the purple. When I was younger, it was orange, but like purple got like that's the color that I liked a lot, and seemed to like have like better reception with other people also when I wore purple. So that just happened to be a coincidence. But yeah, I mean those colors. It was more when I was younger. It was more of like he's a dude with the helmet and the cape. He's a bad dude, you know. But once after you grow up a little bit more, and then they actually develop the character and stuff like that, you see that he's just like really a product of his environment. The surroundings is the result. That's what resulted from his surroundings. So he's not really bad. He's not really good. He just does what he needs to do, what he thinks is good for his people. Whatever he has to do. If it's good for you, if it's not, that's not really his problem. And so that's kind of like the thing with him.
I hear you.
And especially, and I really like the X-Men movies are horrible, but I did like the way that they were developing his storyline in them. They really did a good job in that aspect.
Oh yeah, he was great in First Class. Now that was
actually
was.
That was like the movie. Like when you get to see all that, it's like, oh, he's an actual character that has depth. He's just not the villain. Mm-hmm. A lot of people know he's not just the villain. That's the problem. He's not just the villain.
Was that the one when they killed his parents in the forest? That scene?
No, in the forest. In the forest, they killed his family.
He's in the Holocaust.
His wife and child.
Which X-Men? There was an X-Men movie where he works at a factory. He's
Yeah,
like in the
that's the I think it's in First Class, and that saga of movies is where you see that storyline.
okay.
I like purple too, though, so I can't really
Yeah,
complain.
Well, what about you, Brenton? Like, Mark's gonna go with Venom. You're gonna go with Strange, Hulk. Uh,
I'd probably want more with Hulk.
Hulk.
I think that would be.
you see that's one that I've seen dedicated collections to. Like
Yeah.
I've seen dudes that have more than what I have on Magnetos in Hulks, which is ridiculous. That's another thing. When I was seeing, like, when I was looking into all these statue collections and stuff like that, I was like, wow, okay, there's a lot of people that have like X-Men and themed and stuff like that. So I was like looking and looking, and it was only that person and maybe two other collectors that had like two or three Magnetos in their setup. So it was like, okay, so I don't see anybody that has just done that. So that gave me the idea. I'm like, okay, so that's what you're going to do. You're going to dedicate yourself to whatever Magneto gets out. You're going to get it because you're going to have the biggest Magneto collection in the world. Fuck it. If we can verify it or not, I don't care. I just right now I know that there's not another collector unless he's not showing anything that has more Magnetos than I do.
I haven't seen them, and I'm always on them.
I get excited when I see somebody's collection and I see that they have more than two or three Magneto. I'm like, oh, let's go. You can do it. You can do it.
And that's interesting too, because I don't think a lot of people do that with villains. Like they don't focus on villains as often as the heroes.
Yeah, no, I'll always. So that's my thing. Like in every fighting games, I always go for the villain. Like Street Fighter, I love Akuma and Bison. So in Marvel, it was Magneto. So that's just the way that it is.
Are you gonna try and fit that XM third scale in that room you're in now, or are you gonna have another
No.
spot?
I have this. This should be going into a different room. It's just that I haven't even began to start into like what I actually want to do in that room. But I have a bigger room where everything is going to move towards.
Eddie actually brings up a good point right here. You've been verified as the Magneto guy for sure. We'll add blue check mark next to your name. So you have plans of moving your setup.
Yeah, because this is I work here. This is where I work, and then what you're not seeing is my music studio. So that's where you can see the guitars and stuff like that. But I have like a setup with like 4 speakers and music production setup. So I wanted to like leave this for that, and then probably get like an electronic drum set, put it back there, and just have like a setup that if I want to jam with nobody, because I haven't found anybody around to play with yet, but yeah, it can be done. So that's basically leaving that for work and music, and then putting the collection over there, and maybe having an arcade setup, because I have that's another collection that I have. I collect arcade sticks also, and so yeah. I'm a collector.
We all are, man. Like, yeah, collector of art, collector of comics, yeah, of everything. But are you up in New York by chance?
No, I'm in Virginia.
Virginia? Oh man, I'm in Virginia too, man.
You can pass by whenever you want.
I will.
You can see it. You can see it. You can see it live. It's the thing that's seeing it here for sure. I can tell you. It's a different experience.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to make a date, man. That's awesome. Man. It's so strange because I know a lot of the collectors are from the East Coast, and they're luckily DMV area, so it's kind of weird, but that's cool. It's really cool. But yeah, man, like I started 2 years ago, and I'm moving my collection around from downstairs to upstairs. How is it for you, like moving all those Magnetos?
It's a shuffle. It's a shuffle. It's a shuffle. It's been a shuffle. I started with just like 2 of these of these over here. No, actually, I started with 1, and then when I bought a few more pieces, then another one, and then more, and then reshuffling every single time a new piece comes in. I'm really OCD when it comes to symmetry. Like it has to some sort of symmetry. It doesn't matter at some line that makes some sort of sense. It's just I need to have it like that. So that's kind of why if you see like technically that's a different setup, but like this Magneto has his hand sticking out, and the middle one with both, and this one more towards this side. The middle two Magneto, one has this right hand sticking out, the other one has his left, and sort of things like that. So it's just like that's kind of like what I like to see when I have my Magnetos. So technically, for me, it would be great if I could just put them all straight on a line. But we don't have the space. Well, I kind of have some space over there to sort of get away with that a little bit. So that's basically what I really want to do in over there with the other display. But yeah, that's kind of because I want to have it like again like the statue and the art piece or the art where it was originated from or the concept where it came from. So that's technically why at least here I have X-Men 1 with the levitating Magneto, the royal cover with the action Magneto, and so on and so forth. So that's kind of what I want to do. And the ones that doesn't have them, I'll either get something done for it or pair it up with something else to just make it cohesive. But yeah, I really like. I know that I can move most of these like smaller ones and have like a little other display with them, and probably pour more 1/4 up there for the time being. Which it could be. We could end up with the 1/3 could technically fit down there. So if I move those two, which I could probably do, just lower those a little bit more and put them up there. That's what happens when a new piece comes. Then we sit down, figure out. We bring out a table because we have to bring out a table so we don't mess the little what's left on your back. And shuffle. There are just some pieces that I'm reluctant to move because they're just like super heavy for no reason. For example, the XM White Magneto. It's just that piece is heavy as AF, and I'm like I just don't want to move it around.
Yeah, and like the structure wise, it just tilts, and he's floating, and it's just like it's all over the place.
I wanted to take a picture of like just the variant suits of the Magnetos that I have, like one red and purple, and then the rest, like the white, the black, the AOA,
cool.
the Deodato, and the Delato Magneto. So, and have those, and maybe even this one because it's not really Jim Lee; it's like its own style. It has an art where it came from as well. So. Yeah, there's room to play a little bit with. So that's why I'm always looking. I'm always moving stuff around, and so I keep myself busy with that right now. Again, waiting for those two pieces, and once I get them, I'm fairly content with what I have right now.
Brenton, 7 years. He said it took him to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's dedication.
Yeah. But I'm sure we'll come up with more questions while we're going through all these pictures and everything. But a question I had earlier today this goes for everyone. I'm in the process of moving my empty boxes into a container storage little area. So like process. When are you what are you most excited? When are you most excited? Is it like pre-ordering, ordering, it arriving, you opening the box, you putting it up on your display?
Well, yeah, I mean it's basically it all begins with receiving the box. That's where it all starts. Like, yeah, making the pre-order, yeah, that's fine. That's exciting and stuff like that. Oh, I got the piece and stuff like that. But it's really that's not an exciting process. You're not excited for paying money and having to wait a year. That's not I mean, if you tell me you love that process, yeah, hey, that's you. But I don't like giving money and waiting. I've been waiting on a piece right now. So it's going from 3 almost to 4 years right now, and I don't even want it anymore because I lost interest. But what am I going to do? I'm not going to ask for the NRD because I know that's the first thing they're going to send. It's an NRD, non-refundable deposit. So I'm not going to lose my money. So I have to wait. But again, there's like two pieces that there are in that status right now that I'm probably, if I get them, I'll post them on for sale. Maybe if not, I'll probably put them up there. But the effect that they had when I saw them at the beginning and I wanted them. It's long gone. I really don't care for those pieces anymore. So again, there's those two pieces that I have there that have been from like 2, 3, 4, almost 4 years. Still waiting for those two pieces. I have LBS and a life-size bust, and then I have 2 other Magnetos on pre-order, custom Magnetos on pre-order. And I think once I get those, it's a lock for a little bit, unless I see something that just blows my mind. Because I saw the new reveal of the new XM Magneto, and I was like, yeah, that no.
Yeah.
No,
I
absolutely not. Not as it is. No, as it is. No, it needs to be reworked. It needs to be reworked.
How about for you guys, Brenton and Mark? What's the most exciting? It's funny, really quick. Warren says when the delivery van pulls up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That is the moment. That is the moment when that van gets there. When you get the ding ding, or your dog starts barking because the UPS is in front. I'm like, okay, let's go. So that getting that and opening. I love assembling it. It's like it's a puzzle piece. If it has a lot of pieces, it's a puzzle piece for me. So it's like putting it up together and taking the pictures. Even though I'm not a photographer, so it's very shitty pictures, but they're still my pictures, and I took them, and I love it, and I bought a light for it, so it's just like my process, and then actually putting it up, like if it has an art piece, like saying that picture, like the comparison from the art to what I have right here, that it looks as similar as possible, so that's what gets me excited.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think the unboxing, I'm right there. That's like one of the peak moments when you're just finally pulling it out of the packaging, looking at everything in hand, and you're just like, oh, you just get blown away by how good it looks, because pictures don't always do things justice.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Yeah, pictures, videos. I mean, videos do help a lot more than pictures, but like, like when I received Captain America, like I honestly thought it was gonna be like a normal sideshow piece, but when you get it in person, there's to me there's a lot of detail, and I was like, oh man, like this is more than I felt like. I got a deal, so I looked behind me, I'm like, oh man, this looks good. but then like, I looked up pictures and videos all day, and that one was definitely a big surprise to me. I think the same way. I think I'm in the same boat.
So I've thought about doing YouTube like reviews and stuff like that, but it's like no, that's my moment. Like those 2 hours or hour of setting everything up, from getting the statue, from unboxing and from setting it up. It's like usually like an hour to 3 hour time frame, where it's just like you're a kid, you're a little kid again. You got your toy and you're assembling, and you're playing with it, you're taking pictures, and you're looking at it, and then you're posting your pictures. Everybody, look at what I got, because I love it, because it's new, And it's like an intimate moment, like as a collector for me. Like, and it's like, nah, we're ready. I'll post a picture later, or I'll do a video passing by, and you can see it. But I'm not built to do that review stuff like that.
It's funny you say that, because like my statue room is upstairs, and the box gets to the front door, and my girl's like, oh, do you need help with the box? Like, no, this is where get out of here. I don't say that, but I grabbed the box, and I was like, oh my god, this thing is heavy, so I just like
No, so that was the thing too. Like, I bought those first 2 statues, the XM and the RCB, and those statues got here. I was still working out of town when those got here, so I wasn't here. The person who assembled those statues was my girlfriend. She was the one that assembled everything. I'm like, I need to see that everything got there right and everything is broken. I need you to put it together. And she hated me when she had to put the RCB one together, because that has a lot of little pieces and it's tedious to put together. And so
I was gonna say, you mean wife now, right? Like,
well, yeah, she is. Technically.
Dang, that's a keeper right there, man.
No, for sure.
How about for you, Mark? What's what's your favorite part?
Oh yeah, just like all you guys, the arrival, when you pull back that paper and you get to see the paint, the sculpt, and firsthand. Usually by that time you've waited a year minimum
Yeah.
or 2
Yeah.
years, and so it's like you have that empty spot that you've been waiting forever to plug it in. You're like, finally, I know exactly where this is going.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I feel like all of us just turned into kids. Like we're like
That's what I'm
Christmas.
saying. That's
Like,
what I'm saying.
yeah. It's fun, man. I
And
think
then
that's what.
and then you get that resin smell in your house for like a good week that you go into the room and you're like, oh, resin, because it stays there for a while. You go out of a room and a new statue goes into the room, and you're back, and I'm like, oh, it smells like a new statue in here, like paint,
Yeah.
yes, paint and resin.
Yeah, definitely. Another question I had for everyone was focus. I meant one time where you lost it, where you lost focus.
What if you haven't found it yet?
Yeah.
I can't lose what I haven't found.
Well, I lost focus when I started. When I actually started, not. I had an idea in my head, but I did not follow it, so I could say that I lost it in that regard because I was buying Magneto statues for having Magneto statue sake. I wasn't buying them because I love, like, there's two of them that I kind of regret getting. One of them is in the box. It's not even on the display. It's like I took it back out. Like I hate having things in boxes. So imagine right now how much I did not like it that it's in the box. And so that one, and then the Wolf Slayer Magneto one, like those two, like it was a good idea, but it did not deliver what it should have been. And I mentioned at the time, I mean, the person then dipped and took a lot of people's money, and some people got their statues, some people didn't. I got mine because I went over him straight to the factory, and I paid the factory director directly, and that's how I got my statue. So I was like, I'm not about to lose my statue and my money. So I'm getting something for it. So, but I know that other people weren't so lucky, and so those are the only like pieces that I really. There's another one, the Magneto on top over there. I really like the face sculpt on it. It's really good. I got it because I had money invested that I needed to make sure I either got my statue or something back. But again, I could do without. It's very very accurate to the hardcover though. So in that regard, I'm not mad with it. But those are basically the ones that I really don't from my collection that I like. If I wouldn't have them there, I really wouldn't mind. But other than that, I wanted to do the same thing that I did with Magneto with Akuma and Wolverine and Joker. But then I really saw if I really do like what I'm doing with Magneto with all those characters, one, I'm not going to have money. Two, I'm not going to have space, and I'm going to get kicked out. And there's just a lot of Wolverines, a lot of Jokers, and at least not so many Akumas. I do have most of the Akumas that are out. I think I don't have the first PCS, the OG PCS Magneto. I'm sorry, Akuma, and Prime One Akuma are the only two that I really don't have that I know that are out there. Otherwise, other than that, I think I have most of the Akumas that are out there.
Cool. Brenton, you said you haven't gained focus, so you haven't lost it yet. So
yeah, I think I'm getting there, but I can't guarantee anything. So we'll see.
We'll see.
Pick a line, X-Men or Marvel or DC or.
See, those are all too large, though. That's the scary thing.
But it is. But then you can then so let's say if you go Marvel, then okay, so X-Men or Spider-Man verse, or that's Avengers. So that gives you something to like achieve.
Like narrow it down.
Yeah. You narrow it down, but you have then something to achieve that is fairly attainable than just having every Marvel piece. You can start with a team, X-Men. Then you can start, and then after that, I'm like, oh no, I still have the itch. I want something else. Well, then Avengers or X-Force or stuff like that, and then you can go from there. But have one goal at a time, because if that's how you lose it. I'm like, oh, I want a piece of everything. No, because then you were going to want to finish each line, and that's where and that's when you lose it.
Yep. And Mark, how about you, man?
Man, I don't collect a line, so I'm kind of like I'm pretty good at maintaining focus, but there's still times where I'm like very tempted by something that has nothing to do with what I'm collecting at that time. So I'm kind of like Brenton, like e- even all these years in to this hobby, I'm still like kind of like usually taking that one step out of my focus hike, and then I catch myself and like, okay, what are you doing? Um, get get back to what you're collecting and whatnot. So it's kind of hard. I don't have like a like okay, I'm gonna collect X-Men. Like I literally have a Predator, I have a Terminator, I have XM Samurai, I have Masters of the Universe. So I'm kind of
Transformers. Yeah.
Transformers. So I guess
Well, I
I'm
mean, in that sense, you can see it as what you're, because initially for me, that's what I wanted to do before going into all the Magnetos. Like I had the idea of like having a piece of every single like fighting game character that I've ever played. That was like the beginning of it. Like so I could do the team that I have down here, MVC, Magneto, Storm, and Psylocke. I could have a like Akuma, which is my Street Fighter character, and Ryu, which I have, and so and so on and so forth. And then in the middle of that is when then I said no, because if I do that, I'm gonna want to have them all from each and every single one of those. So I'm like no, and then that's where I tightened up and then went all in on Magneto. But
Really.
in that regard, what you have is more like of your nostalgia, like your growing up.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So it's still in theme. It's not like it's all out there. It still has a theme for you. It means something to you.
That's true. Yep.
Really quick, Darfur Sheet. What's up, fellas? Happy Father's Day to you, mofos. I'm in California. Just finished watching Buzz Lightyear. Oh man, I didn't even. Oh yeah, that came out this weekend, right?
Yeah. It looks good. I want to see that.
Chris
Yeah, I
Evans.
did good on the animation there.
What's up, Darfur Sheet? I don't know what you're doing in California, but what's up? But cool, man. Like for me, the line thing, I'm sorry, the focus thing. It's funny, but when I first started, I've always loved the Justice League. So I had to get Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman. You know, the Trinity. Then like I
Yeah.
started jumping everywhere. But what killed me with the focus was like I found a insane deal on Thanos on Throne, and I was like, I gotta cut it off. Like I can't get that one. Like
Yeah.
that's a grill to me. But then like the price was like, oh man, I'll just break it. I just get this one for Marvel and that's it. Like I've always wanted a Thanos on Throne, and the deal was like too good to pass up. I got it, and here we are now. Like all X-Men line, like yeah, Avengers, and it just. But focus is hard to. It's hard to stay on focus when there's. I guess Mark, you probably relate to this, or and Brenton, like when there's deals around. When you see a
Yeah,
deal, man, you're like,
for sure. If there's something for the right price, it'll definitely take you out of your focus area. You're like, I'm never going to see this price again for this piece. It's tempting, right?
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what happened to me. I have to admit.
Is that when you know you're addicted? You're like, I have a problem.
Yeah.
You just
Oh,
tell yourself
I
you
know
save
I do.
money though,
I
you
know I
know?
do. I've made
Yeah.
peace with that already. I know your personality, so you can see like I start I'm if I like something or I'm into something, I go all in. You can see my guitars as well, but that's partly because of my music. But I don't play them all. It's really hard for me. I'm right-handed, but I play the guitar left-handed. So left-handed guitars are like really hard to find.
Oh
So
wow.
now and for the longest time growing up, I played in bands and stuff like that, and I always wanted an Ibanez 7-string guitar. And after growing up a little bit and having some money now, I was every single time I see one, if it's for a good price, I'll buy it. And it's just like it's part of it. I have a arcade stick collection. I have some comics also. I have like my first collection. I still have it. Whatever, like the first line of anything that I collected was the Super Battle collection for Dragon Ball Z. So it was like the Japanese boxes and the figures just they were like almost like plasticky. But that was the first collection that I ever like had and had almost everything of it. And I was like 12, 13 years old when I started that collection, but I still have it in their boxes and everything. So I keep it. I'm not a seller also, so I have things that I probably could sell, but I'm like I just don't want to deal with it either. Like
it's a whole different
that's
man. It's funny that you mentioned instruments. When I was a kid, I played alto saxophone, and I was doing that for like 4 years. And like we were poor as anything. And then like when like the school was like, we'll rent you one, or like we'll pay for it as long as like you take the class and everything. And I was like, okay, like that's cool. Then I told my mom, I was like, oh my god, I think I love this instrument. She goes like, well, let's go check it out. Let's go see how much it is, and maybe we could work something out. And it was like, at the time it was like $500, and she's like, nah, like I can't make that work out. And so like it gets expensive, and then like I'm looking into it, like I gotta buy the reeds to put to add to the mouthpiece to make the instrument work, and that's like $4 or $5. And she goes like, I think you're gonna have to drop it. And I was like, I'll save up my lunch money to buy this thing. And then like the more times you play it, the more like you use up the reed. The reed's like the wooden part that the mouthpiece. But then like I kept breaking it because I kept going up in level, and like I kept playing more and more. And then I had to let it go because I was like, I gotta pay for school now. Like I'm going to like community college, and I gotta pay for this. Like and then it's funny because like another saxophone came available, and I was like, I want to get into it, but I kind of like I don't know what I would do if I were to buy it. Start getting into it like really deep.
Hey man, I mean, but that again, I mean, maybe you should, because if you're spending what you're spending on statues, you at least can get you can serenade your wife or your girlfriend or something, with the saxophone. The statues, I don't think that they're going to take too much, because even if they support us, they're really not that geeky like us in that regard, unless she really is, and that's like a super keeper. Nope. But so than that, I mean, the saxophone, buddy, it has its perks.
yeah, man. I won all district band like when I was in high school. We were good. We were pretty good. But then like our addictive trait of collecting is just, I don't know what I would do with that. But Brenton, you play any instrument by chance, or Mark?
No.
Not me. No.
I tried the piano back in the day, and
that's where I started as well. Like playing around with the piano. I'm like, whatever makes sounds and music, it's like I was paid attention when I was a kid and stuff like that. So I really liked it. I really liked the music. I still do. I mean, that's like my life is music, basically. Like these guitars, that like whenever I'm like really pissed, I just turn everything on and do a riff, and I'm like, okay, now I'm good.
Charlie, a question for you really quick. Eddie says, Mr. Magneto, have you ever played Purple Rain on guitar while looking at your statues?
No, not really. No, I have not done that. I don't do covers like that either. Like, at this point, I just do my own stuff, like try to focus on that. I have an album that I have finished and for like 2 years now, and I haven't even released it because I feel like every single time I hear it, I want to fix something, and that's where my perfectionist personality comes in, and I'm like, I know I can tweak it and it sounds better, and I can tweak it, and if I'll never release it if I keep thinking like I just need to put it out. I already have like 4 songs for the next thing done, and so I'm like, that's where I'm focused on right now regarding the music.
Yeah, man. Like, music was a big part of like my young adulthood, but I let it go. I played piano, by the way, Brenton. I play all the Star Wars songs. For some reason, I learned that first. Like that was my whole thing. Anytime I went to like
my childhood basically was skateboarding, basketball, and guitar.
guitar.
Those were my three things.
Have you
And
seen the movie?
and fighting games and like playing video games. That's all I play. I like I'll play a Resident Evil here and there, but like I don't buy none of those games. I buy fighting games. That's what I play. And again, from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and I'm super competitive. I don't compete, but I'm super competitive. Like if you don't want to play with me, like to have fun. I'm going to play to beat you.
Oh, Darth Rashid, man. I don't know if he's asking how come he doesn't have any Polaris statues.
There it is.
Yeah, she's down there on the far right. We'll get into pictures in a little bit.
Oh yeah. You got some.
Yeah, but Mark's asking, do you play any Killer Instinct?
Yes, I do. Full gore.
I'm gonna tell you this right now, Charlie. Like, since you're in Virginia, I'm gonna come visit you, and we'll play Marvel vs. Capcom, and I'm gonna record it for the guys because I'm pretty peaceful.
I can stream it. Son. I can stream it. I have the setup. We can stream that.
Okay, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that's a badass game. I actually have the original purple disc that came out for PlayStation 2, like the original OG one.
Oh, PlayStation 2 now. I got
the Dreamcast. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I won't let you guys down.
Yeah, I have the Dreamcast too. Like I have the Dreamcast. Everything that has a fighting game that I like, I have the console for. I have a Nintendo Wii that I just bought for the Tatsunoko versus Capcom. I bought the Xbox One just for Killer Instinct because I like playing consoles more than on PC. I didn't have a good PC. Now I do that I can actually play video games on. But like I've always been a console player. So like I have my Dreamcast. I have that. I have the PlayStation 3 loaded with like all the fighting games. PlayStation 4 the same. I still haven't found the PlayStation 5, and I really don't need it until that Street Fighter 6 comes out. That shit looks beefy. We playing.
I think I played Killer Instinct for Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
And then for the arcade, in the arcade, I played it.
I'm an arcade kid. Like that.
Yeah.
That. Friday night, I was like, all online, bro. Just look Magneto hoodies. You'll find it eventually. No, for real. That's what I did. It was like there's like 3 or 4, which I have them in the closet, but like you'll find this one. I just don't remember the website, but you'll find it. Just look for Magneto hoodie.
Aiden's asking, do you have any Neo Geo with World Heroes?
No, but I have Fightcade 2 on the computer, which has like all our old school arcade games and stuff like that. So I have Breaker's Revenge, like the ROM in there, which I play ever so often, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That's where I play Marvel vs. Capcom 2 online. I've done some streams on my Facebook page, streaming Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and some older games.
What's up, Cash?
So,
what up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
What's up, man?
We got Mr. Magneto in the house, man. Like,
oh man, what's going on, man?
But we're gonna have to. Do you play any fighting games by chance? I know you. Yeah, this guy has a PS5, so like, you play any fighting games by chance?
I think. Yeah, I play Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat. I was kind of excited for the Killer Instinct, but the arcade, but I never got it. But yeah, I mean, I'm always down for a good fighting game.
You guys are gonna see Mr. Magneto versus Casual pretty soon. So I'm telling you, man. Like I went to a couple tournaments. People were like, "Man, you use basic moves. Like that doesn't count. You got to use the combos." And I was like, "Hey, man, if I'm killing you with like regular moves, like you probably gotta like step your game up, shoot." But yeah, man, video games were definitely a big part of my young Yeah. Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat 1, 2,
Oh
and
yeah.
3, and
Yes,
I
sir.
still know that like blood code for the Super Nintendo Mortal Kombat.
Yes.
Oh
up,
Yeah.
up,
man,
down,
it's like
down, left, right.
it,
Mhm.
it's like ingrained in my thumb. And
Yes,
it's like,
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
but fighting games are great as you get older because it's one thing you can just kind of put in and play for a little bit. Like if you don't have a lot of time, be like, oh, I'll
Yeah,
just play
to
this.
me, I see it like that. That's the way that I approach it now as an arcade. Like right now, I turn on the PlayStation 3, I'll hop into Guilty Gear, play Guilty Gear for like 15, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, switch it to Street Fighter, then turn on the computer, hop into Fightcade 2, play Marvel vs. Capcom 2, play some other older games, and just keep it like that. Like a few games here, a few. And for me, it's like if I was in the arcade, I put in a coin and let's play.
Yeah,
What's up,
it's
Nathan?
something where you don't always have the time, like to invest in like a story or like an RPG. Like
Yeah.
I can't always put like 100 hours into like some RPG or anything. So
It's funny because my girl says like you bought a new Xbox and you're playing like old school games on it. And I was like, hey man, like
Yeah,
these are more fun to me. Like if my nieces come over, I'll let them play the new ones. But I love old school games. How's it going, Nathan?
Hey, what's up, Steve? Hey, everyone.
hey Nathan,
What's up, Nathan?
Hey, Mark, Brenton, Cash, and I don't know if we've met Master, but hello, nice to meet you.
He's Mr. Magneto.
Mr. Magneto. Okay, then.
But yeah, man, let's get into some pictures really quick. So our guy Anthony was showing this off. I thought I don't know too much of like what's this called?
Motu.
Masters of the Universe.
Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Cash?
Oh, Motu, bro. Master of the Universe.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the acronym. Yeah.
Got the tweeter heads up top. I thought that was pretty cool, and I guess these are the OG ones, right? The little toys, the figures.
You know, it's funny. When I was little, though, I used to just think this was called He-Man. Like I had no
Me
idea
too.
it had a different name. Because I just remember like Ghostbusters 2 when they're like He-Man, He-Man, and they don't want him to sing the Ghostbusters song.
Yeah. Yeah, I love this collection because it's like a little bit of mix of scales, and then he also has this big castle in the background. So I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that castle's impressive.
yeah, I got some stuff.
Art, he finally got his Archangel, and I think it
Oh,
looks
wow.
good, man. A lot of people are saying they're not liking it because the pose you got to put him on the bottom rack or the bottom shelf. I think he looks good there. Like if you look straight on.
No, he looks great. Looks great, man.
I like the
Yeah.
head
Well,
switch
if he's
out.
not looking forward. If he would have been looking forward, nobody would probably have any issues.
Yeah, that's true too. It's not a bad piece though.
I imagine at least someone will make a
The
custom
wings,
sculpt
the
for
wings are
this.
great.
What was that, Nathan?
I imagine at least someone out there will make a custom sculpt for this at some point.
Oh, looking forward. Yeah. I would.
Yeah, you know, it seems to be a popular opinion. Not necessarily, you know, a wrong or right. You know, just you know, this is all subjective, right? But yeah, it would definitely look cool looking forward. But I think it looks great looking up as well. But to each their own.
Yeah, definitely. Some people started receiving their Catwoman from Sideshow. This came unannounced to me. Like I didn't even know this was already released. I thought this was like coming out later this year, but people started getting this one in.
Kind of like the exclusive switch out with the Batman cowl. Better than the way that jewel looks like.
Agreed.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
So instead of having that jewel, she holds Batman's cowl.
Yeah,
Yep.
that looks good.
I was reading someone's report of the jewel looking a bit cheap today.
Let's see.
I'll tell you what, I think that the red highlights at the bottom of the boots wound up looking pretty good. And I was a bit skeptical about that when they first released photos of this. But I think they turn out well.
So you like this one, Nathan?
I like parts of it. It's not one that I would order, but I like parts of it. And I prefer the one just previous to this. In fact, I owned that at one point, the exclusive, and I really enjoyed that one. I would not have bought this, but it's got some qualities. I think it's not bad.
Yeah, the one I do like is the gargoyle one. I think you were mentioning, but this one to me looks too much like the OG one. Like it looks like it's a previous generation. It belongs to a previous generation.
A little thinner than the OG.
I think it's the lighting on it a lot because I think in different lighting.
Yeah, the lighting is making it look kind of plasticky, like the face.
Yeah, that's what it is. The plastic look.
But that whip being posable is a pretty cool addition too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that either. What?
Yeah, you
That's
can
pretty cool.
pose that how you want. It's like a bendy, I guess, like kind of like a bendy wire or something.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you, I did have issues with a whip on the Sideshow Batman Returns Catwoman, and the plastic on that snapped. You know, it was an older piece, but I was boxing it up to sell it, and the damn thing snapped, man.
Oh, damn.
So if the whip is posable and malleable, I guess that's probably a good thing.
Yeah, 'cause
Well,
I
I'm
think,
sure. Sorry, Brenton,
BSC
go ahead.
just got this in and reviewed it, and I think he had made a comment about that.
I haven't seen any videos on this one, but I'm sure like more people are going to be receiving it. So I guess I'll look forward to the videos.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people's complaint was like the mixture of blacks, like her leather, I guess high boots are the same color as her outfit.
that feels like what Buck would say when it comes to like being a sideshow, because it does look like it's all just one thing. Like
Mhm.
there's not a texture variation of any kind.
Yeah. I think there's more pictures coming up. People receiving this one, so we'll keep going. There's this guy named Brenton that recently received Brenton, man. This is like the more I look at it, man, I was like, man, I kind of want it now. These are great pictures.
Sick.
Yeah, no, this thing it just looks so impressive, especially in person. That's why that one day I was just like admiring it. Like when we were backstage, I was just like I wasn't even focused on everybody.
Yeah.
I was just like looking at this.
What do you think of the base? Like the whole.
I love the bass. That bass is so cool. The way XM did the machinery and made it look, they really nailed that. And I like the flooring and how under the Hulk's weight, like it's starting to curl and everything. It just looks fantastic.
Has a lot of dimension to it, especially with the banner in front.
So Brenton, does this banner like click into the base of Hulk
No.
or no?
No, so Banner just sits on there. He doesn't key into anything. And then the base that he's on doesn't key into anything. You kind of just set it next to.
Yeah, it's like
you
its
could
own
display
piece.
it. I mean, you could display Banner wherever you want, technically, because you can move him around. There is no peg marks or anything on the Hulk base then.
Okay. But look at Hulk, man. The veins, the colors, the sculpt, the dang.
All right.
I've seen this
So-
in person. It's really impressive.
As good as Hulk is, a lot of people say that Banner is even better because like the slight paint variations they did on him, like his hands that are by his face and on his face, it has like a green tint to it as he's changing.
And the maniacal, look on his face is really, really well done. I mean, they captured, madness essentially in his face sculpt.
Oh yeah.
Captured it well.
So, like, does the portrait come attached to the body in one piece, or is there like? I don't see.
Yeah,
seam.
that's the whole torso. So the Hulk's only two pieces. It's the legs, and then the torso fits in at the waist.
Okay.
That's why everybody likes it so much. When it does not have a seam, buddy, you have and it's a good piece. That makes it a really good gem.
And you can tell like they haul it. Like the top half isn't completely polystone. It must be hollow inside to a degree because it's a lot lighter than the legs are.
Okay.
Save on shipping right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, congrats again, Brenton. Like,
Yeah,
it's like crazy. His third statue, and this guy gets this one.
Oh, that was only your third statue, Brendan?
Yeah.
What were your first two, if you don't mind me asking?
The sideshow Doctor Strange and then the sideshow Scarlet Witch.
Okay, I see the Strange behind you.
This is for Brenton right here.
Now you got to want this life. You've got to want it all the way to your bones.
It's not too late, man. Like you're only
It's too late.
It's not too late. No, big congrats, man. That is just an awesome piece.
Yeah, thank you. I know it was pricey, but in my eyes, it was well worth it. Like this is my favorite thing that I own.
It's a cool centerpiece right here.
Hell yeah.
Here's another one. Cameron recently received. I love the picture she takes here. Like, no one did this today or this week. Like, a picture from up top.
This statue would look so good on a rotating display on like a standalone pedestal.
Yeah, you'll see it in a second. He doesn't have the rotating, but he has it like in its own like little stand. I do like that.
You guys like the X-Force version or the Archangel version?
That's a good question.
I kind of like the X-Force personally.
I'm
I like
impartial,
the
really.
one.
Into Marvel much. If I were to buy one, I guess the other version, just because of the more vibrant colors.
So the X-Force like comics really reverberated with me, I guess, and that those alternate head sculpts like that one there, the Death, doesn't make sense really for the Uncanny X-Force, at least in comic terms. You know, I would want the Archangel, the traditional Archangel, if I was going to use that head sculpt as one of the four horsemen of Apocalypse.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like that would limit me to a degree, but you know, I would highly recommend if anybody wants to read anything, the Uncanny X-Force by Rick Remender is amazing. Like, you should definitely check that out.
Mark, you brought up the question. Which one would you which one would you do?
X-Force. I like that skull head sculpt.
Tell you, there's that custom X-23 and X-Force Wolverine out there that would go really, really well with this. I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Well, congrats to everyone that's receiving this one. It's it's like a controversial one. It's the pose is not working for a lot of X-Men collectors, so they're going the custom route. But I think for a licensed piece, this is amazing. Just make it work out with your collection. But yeah, congrats. A lot of statues are arriving like this week. Last week and this week, a lot of them. Oh, and like
You
I
got
don't know if
stuff
you guys got
coming
to see
in?
this. I got Storm coming in, but I know Cash recently received Captain America, so yeah, people are starting to get a lot of things in. This is the base. Like you see the hieroglyphics in the bottom. Like I think that's Apocalypse right there. This is like Archangel. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's really cool. And what
Yeah,
was it? Art's photo that had this right next to Apocalypse, because their bases
Mhm.
looked like they fit together really well. So that would be a cool thing to do. Is if you did this like if you had that Apocalypse and then did the Four Horsemen with him as a display would be really cool.
absolutely.
Yeah. And I think you guys were talking about this in the chat. Like the colors aren't as red as you expected them to be. Was that you, Brenton, or was it somebody?
Yeah, to me that I want like a deep, vibrant red for Carnage. That's how I envision it.
Like the tongue, right?
See, I don't even think the tongue should be there because I don't remember Carnage. Like he doesn't stick out his tongue. Like that's not something he does as often as Venom. That's more of a Venom thing.
Yeah. Mark, do you like this one?
I like it, but yeah, that's what Brenton said. I haven't heard one person say they prefer it with the tongue. Like, I mean, you could leave the tongue off, but then you just see that big keyhole. Like they could have designed it to where you had something to plug it up if you didn't want to go with the tongue look on it. But yeah, it looks nice. The sculpt and everything looks pretty good.
I mean, the teeth look really well done when you zoom
Oh
in on
yeah.
those.
Yeah, I'll zoom in this one.
Look pretty sharp.
Is there any talks? Is there any talks of developing a swap out for the tongue to fill that empty space?
I don't think so, because this is hitting collectors' hands right now, so they're kind of past the point of producing something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I sent you the bust, the one that I'm waiting for. I give you a little preview here. That should be.
I'll bring it up.
Yeah.
But,
Not now, but yeah. So you have it.
gotcha. Yeah. So CFO, our guy Enchan took these pictures, and like Enchan, he knows how to take pictures. And to me, the red isn't as vibrant to me too, Brenton. It looks like it's in some pictures it's too pink, sometimes it's too dull. But it's Queen Studios, like they're known for their paint, so I'm sure in person it looks way different.
You know what I think when like if you're doing a Carnage, I feel like you need him to just have like this maniacal grin to him.
Yeah.
To really come across as that psychopath.
Yeah, that's true.
Don't you think the tongue should be the color of the body, and the body should
Yeah,
be
Yeah,
that's
the
what I was
color
trying
of
to
the
get
tongue?
yeah, you're not wrong there.
Yeah.
Cash, are you liking this one?
Man, at first I wanted both these Venom and Carnage, but I'm glad I held off. I mean, to those who have these, congratulations, nice piece for both. But I am glad I held off on my personal collection.
Yeah, this will be cool. This definitely be a centerpiece.
Mm.
And back to our
I know somebody that has some of those pieces.
yeah. This is the one you were talking about, the one of one, right?
Yes.
Dang.
That was supposed to go into production. That was the cast. It was supposed to go into production, and then it did not meet the quota for the pre-order, and then I went at it with the commissioner for him to sell it to me. And so he got it painted and made some adjustments that I wanted and sold it to me.
Wow.
Pretty penny for it. But yeah. And I really like that. Also, I have the comic in the back, the slab. So that's kind of what I like about it. That it's not the best statue, but it's very faithful to the art, and that's where you get me. I'm probably gonna repaint the face because it needs a little work, and maybe the body a little bit. But other than, I love the throne itself. It's super simple, not super heavy. But the details on it are 1-to-1 to the comic book.
Yeah.
Who makes the one right below the Magneto on throne there?
That's a custom group.
Yeah, that has always been my favorite Magneto. I've seen it plenty of times. I wasn't sure of who made it, but man.
Fun fact: Gabriel Delato actually had all the bases are signed by Gabriel Delato.
Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So if you actually decide to pursue it, know that you'll have that little Easter egg.
Yeah, that's a series where America Chavez first appeared too.
Yeah, that's a first appearance. That's right. I really don't care about the story or anything. It's just that's the only cover that has that suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is that, and then there is the separate art, which it's exactly the pose that he has on the statue. But that art was never colored or anything like that. So yeah, and there's the Polaris. And that's the one of my regrets is that Magneto with Wolverine.
I've never seen that one before.
Yeah.
Didn't that studio rip a lot of people off?
I got my statue because I kind of saw that he was being shady and stuff, and I went straight to the factory and paid my shipping to the factory.
Don't play no games. That's cool, man. Let's keep going. This is the other side.
Yeah. And I had it open back for the longest time. I added that black on the end just to like make it have some depth to it, like some unity, because it was like I wasn't liking how it was looking at the end. Like more now, it was like this way. I feel like it looks a little bit more classy than what I had it before. I kind of want to also put like the acrylic or like the plexiglass like in front eventually, but since I was going to move it, I am going to move it to the other room. I stopped working on like how else to evolve this display, because I'll probably end up doing like custom furniture for that in the other room.
Oh, the popcorn Magneto. Actually,
popcorn?
I really like that one too.
Which one is the popcorn Magneto?
Hands are pointing down with the debris floating in the air around him. Yeah, that one.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I like that one.
Yeah, the base and the base actually lights up too.
And the eyes do too, right?
Yeah, and one of the portraits.
Yeah, I like that one.
The only thing that I wish they would have followed more the actual art that they use as reference for this piece. If they would have followed more the art, the actual suit on the art, I would have probably been one of my favorite pieces. Like it would have trumped a lot of other pieces for me if it would have been a little bit more accurate to the actual art that it was inspired from. It's still a great piece by itself, but if they would have been more accurate with the suit, it would have put it on a different level. In my opinion, it's still a great piece.
All I gotta say with Magneto is like he does not miss leg day, right? Look at these legs, man.
No, of course not. Well, I mean, especially the first one, the red and blue one there. those are exaggerated, and those are how the game is. In the
Video game.
game, Magneto has like the biggest thighs in the entire cast. He's like Thigh Man, Mr. Thigh. But that's just I don't mind it. Yes, it looks ridiculous, but I don't mind it because that's exactly how it is in the game. So to me, it's accurate.
Oh yeah.
I have no issues with it. A lot of people didn't like it because of that, but I'm like, to me, it's true to the game. I love it.
So a lot of people, or a lot of times that we show, pictures, this one always stands out. The one on the throne.
Yeah.
Would you consider that as like one of your top 3, top 5, top 10, or?
Well, that's what I said. That was the one of the two pieces that I always wanted to like. If I would have just bought like that was my first piece. That was the first 1/4 scale piece that I bought. That and the Daniel Bell one. But if I would have bought that, the Magneto on Throne, and I would have gotten the one in the middle with the skull, with the Wolverine skull, if I would have found that earlier in my statue days, I probably would not have had this many Magnetos. I always wanted the Grail to me is still that's the best Magneto by itself. I did not understand it when a lot of other people that had it, praised it so much as a Grail, but once I had it here, the Magneto itself, it's not a Jim Lee Magneto, so we cannot call it a Jim Lee Magneto. It's more of a classic Magneto. He is damn near perfect in anatomy and the suit and everything. That's the Magneto for me. Like those two in the middle, the XM Magneto on Throne, the Iron Galaxy Magneto diorama, the Bowen Magneto, and the Kotobukiya Magneto with the bust from Sideshow. I would have had those pieces, and I probably would not have bought as many Magnetos. Yeah. Those were the pieces that I saw initially that I was like, I need to have. Like those and the Marvel vs. Capcom ones, regardless of whatever. Like those were pieces that I was going to get because that's my team for like 20 years. And I've always played that. So, and even in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, I play Magneto. So that's my character. So yeah, but those were the ones that I saw, like that the Mad X Magneto, the Throne, and those 1/6 pieces were like, I need to have those pieces. And not up until like maybe last year. Yeah, it was last year when I finally got the Mad X Magneto. And to be honest, after that, I got the other two pieces that are underneath, which are also the newer Mad X Magnetos. No, in the middle.
Oh.
Those two. So I got them. I was excited, but not really, not as excited as I was as when I got boxes before. Like that. That's why I was saying at the beginning before we started, I'm like satisfied. I got the pieces that I want. So anything else right now, it has to be something that I don't have. So the 1/3 is a different scale. It's the first 1/3. So I see it as history. That Magneto, the Mad X Magneto, is the first digitally sculpted Magneto that was ever made. So that also has like a piece of statue culture attached to it as far as the character. The 1/3 piece is going to be the first licensed 1/3 piece to be out. So to me, it's another piece of statue history. I have to have it, especially if it's Magneto. The same goes that I would say the same thing for the bust that I'm getting. It's going to be the first life-size Magneto bust. So that's how I see it. I see it as little pieces of history in the statue world based on Magneto, like on Magneto timelines.
Can I ask you? Go ahead.
What?
I think you're breaking up, Nathan. What was that?
Oh, I was going to ask. Considering that you're focused on collecting specifically Magneto, do you find it easier or more difficult to collect, and why? And I ask that because I only collect Batman and Batman related characters, and your collection is even more specific in that it's just one character. Does it make it easier? Does it make it more difficult?
At the beginning, so that's what I was commenting before. At one point, it made it easier to hone into like, okay, that's what I'm. If it's not Magneto related, I'm not even bothering on looking at the pre-order or how much it is, the edition size, what I would normally, who's making it, who's the sculptor, and all of that. Now, the problem is that every new custom group that pops out, the first two characters that they do is Magneto and Wolverine. So yes, the problem my that's when I lost it, when I started collecting, and then it didn't really matter what it was. If it was Magneto related, I pre-ordered it. Now, after I got this piece, I don't have that same drive. Like I found my grail. Like I have the piece that I really that I was searching since I started. So like that hunt, like that statue hunt drive that I have had, I don't have it anymore. Like I really don't have it anymore. So I've passed. Like I was saying, there is one. There is the NMK Throne Magneto. I sold that one. There's the co-collectibles Throne Magneto on Throne. I did not pre-order it. There is the ATF Magneto on Throne. I did not pre-order it. There's another, the LL Studio Magneto on Throne. Also passed on it. So that's what I was saying. Like right now, I'm done. I have Magnetos in red and purple. I want Magnetos variant suits right now. If it's a Magneto with a variant suit that has not been done, yeah, you got my pre-order. Even if it looks bad, you maybe get it if it's a variant suit and it's canon. You got it from an actual art piece and it looks like the art. Yeah, that's how you get me.
Hey Cash, this is us in like 6 years. Like this is us graduating right here.
But yeah, so that was the thing. At that point, like in my first 2 to 3 years, I pre-order absolutely anything. So now after receiving certain pieces, and you see the quality, and so then you see some other things. Like now I'm like extremely selective. Like I may still pre-order a red and purple Magneto, but it has to be something that I don't have. Because if you can see, look at all the same poses. How many times do you see Magneto back there with the left hand standing out? Like, all right, we get it. He floats and he commands that. Let's see something else. Why I want to see a Magneto standing, or maybe a Magneto walking. I don't want to see him sitting down. I understand that everybody wants to do their Magneto on Throne, trying to capture what that XM did. No, nobody's, unfortunately. To me, nobody has still done it. It doesn't matter to me that it's a little bit under scale. It's still that you see that piece in person, and it's a story on all by itself. And it's not even a canon suit, but it's a really good piece.
I saw the new Magneto on Throne custom. It's the Sentinel head throne. I saw that last month in person.
The Magneto is not bad.
Ridiculous.
That Magneto is the Magneto itself. There is like two portraits, like one with the helmet and one without, that are like fantastic. They're great. Like the Magneto, the suit is really good. It was just that the base was unnecessarily big.
It was
unnecessarily big. That statue
cool.
We could have done without the Sentinel head. Just flat out, like cut out or open or something. No Sentinel head, because that made it also be 2 boxes. There's no need for it to be 2 boxes.
It's like 3.5 feet tall. It's huge.
Yeah, there was no place like it would stand out so much. Like every Magneto, it's like if you see them, they're kind of like on the same level, or like eye level. So if I put them all in a straight line, they're all kind of will have like sort of like the same height, or you can work it out. But that would have been like extremely just it just comes out like it would not fit in any place in my setup. I would have to put it like in a different place or something like that. There you go. That's the villain pick.
Nice.
That was before, so yeah.
Before the expansion.
Yeah, exactly. You can see how everything has moved a little bit here and there, how I've rearranged them, like depending on what I've had, what I make the main display and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, those are the humble beginnings. I even still have some pictures when it wasn't even that. It was just like a little corner table with like a few action figures. So yeah, it's been a ride. It's definitely been a ride.
Brenton, what are your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, I mean, this collection looks amazing. Great job to you that you collected all these Magnetos. But it's interesting to hear you say, though, like, I started off buying everything, but then I transitioned to really, once I started hitting, like, some key things,
Yeah,
like, you kind of just, I guess, that,
because once you see quality, like the quality achieved in a piece, like you see it, you're absolutely like enamored with like the sculpt, the production. It's a good cast. It's a good paint, and stuff. So like those two Magnetos on the top left there, those I got spoiled with those two because I bought them as kits. Yes, they were super expensive, and I love the fact that they have their own unique paint jobs, but that made it super more expensive, that process. So it's like however much the kit was, and then how like at least 1,200 for the paint. So
Wow.
and plus shipping over there, shipping back, shipping and shipping. So it's a very you get a really exceptional piece for because getting something painted by a professional, it is a different thing than getting a factory painted piece. Like any day of the week. But and that's something that I do not agree with anymore. I don't see the logic because most of the factories that do the paints, they really never like they do a hard reference of what the main painter did. So I feel like that's also a waste of money sending it to a pro painter so that then the factory can try to replicate it and never get to it. And so sometimes that's why the piece that you wanted, Nathan, the Magneto that you wanted, that Magneto was not sent to a master painter. It was the proto paint was done by the factory. So there was no what you saw when they were advertising it is what you would get because the factory was the one that painted it. It's not going to be hoping to achieve what the master painter did. So that's something to me that a lot of to save money, one, two, and two on custom groups. It's like I don't see the need to send it to a master painter anymore. Just be the factory that's going to paint it. Let them uh, do the paint and work it out with them because they can. If they paint it, they can replicate it. It's not the same as having somebody else's job and shading and way of working, and then a factory that has no clue as to what that process was trying to replicate it. Then
I feel you. I've got a piece with a painter right now. Actually, two technically.
so those two
One's
pieces,
just a sculpt and one's a full statue.
which one is it?
They're both Batman.
Okay.
One's 1/3 head sculpt, and another is Alex Ross Batman.
Kits or repaints?
The Alex Ross was a kit, and then the head sculpt is being painted by the guy who sculpted it.
Okay. I think I know the Alex Ross one that you're talking about.
Yeah, then the sculpt is Tiago.
Yeah, he's great. He's the one that made the Tiago Lemos.
I've got one of his on. I'm on his wait list right now for one
So
of his.
he's the one that sculpted the custom head for the custom helmet head for the XM Magneto.
Okay.
But cool collection. This is it's a mark in the statue community. So thanks for sharing and thanks for joining tonight too, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
And one more.
Yeah,
I
we'll have to go
almost
to the
forgot about this one.
Yeah. We got some other pieces. It's like some other people forget that I have other statues too. So I'm like, let me throw those in there. So, but you see, like that's how I go. It's like I like that character, so I bought as much as I could of that character. That's you can see the pattern.
Yeah. Did you call him Goki or Akuma?
No, I call him Akuma. I I call him
Okay.
Akuma. I know that his true name is Goki, but Goki actually was before he turned into Akuma.
Yeah.
So
And
not
the
just
blue-
all Magneto then.
Yeah, no. So that if you can also see the pattern in what I was saying about the fighting game characters. Like I do like it has a correlation with the red and purple. The power of Akuma is purple. It has the red hair. The psycho power of Bison is purple, and he wears red. So yeah, there is some correlation there.
That's dope,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Those Eric
I mean-
Sosa Akumas on the right are my favorite. I've almost got
Those are the
those
best. Those are
myself.
the best. Even all people that say that the OG PCS Akuma is better. No, it was the first one. I give it that. That's a piece of history. It was the first Akuma. The prototype C, the Sosa Akumas are the better Akumas. In my eyes.
Well, congrats on everything, man. Like this is, I know there's a lot of years and a lot of work here, so it's it's cool to see all in one, and actually really cool to see the collector behind it too. You know?
Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. But yeah, you'll have some fun when you come over. You gotta get over here to the house of them. That was something that I wanted to do. I wanted to do the logo when I move everything onto the other room. I'm gonna have I want to do that House of M logo and put it maybe when you start going down the stairs into the room.
Got you.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Collectors Club. Brenton, do you want to go on this since you're part of the group?
Yeah, it's just a club to get together every Friday night at 11 Eastern Time, 10 Central, 8 Pacific. And we just talk usually statues, comics, and whatever collecting stuff that we think of. Just covers a wide range of categories. So please come check us out.
Yeah, like John's the head of this show, but it's fun, man. It's like John, you see John a little bit irritated. You push John's buttons in here and there, but it's all in fun, you know.
Yeah, kid around a lot. So.
But yeah, like we catch up on news, we catch up on comics mostly too at the end, like towards the end of the show. And if you guys are into comics, it's a cool show to hang out with. But you guys know whose this is, right?
Congrats,
I know.
Warren.
That Warren.
Yeah.
That thing's huge.
Yeah, that thing's unbelievable. But I can't believe it came in 4 boxes. That's
4 boxes. Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
No.
Imagine how nervous Warren was before opening all 4 of those boxes.
You see, you get 4
That was-
boxes in one of those statues. That's like a 2 to 3, maybe even 4-hour build. Process of taking those out, assembling it, putting it in a display. That's a take. You're not doing nothing else for the rest of the day moment.
Yeah, exactly.
This
And-
apparently has a couple 100 pieces.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Roughly. I don't know, give or take, but it's a lot.
I feel like if I were to have this one, there's no I'm gonna build half today, half tomorrow. It's gonna be all in
Once you
one.
start, you finish it. Once you start, you
Yeah.
finish it. There's no break. There's no taking a break. I'll do this tomorrow. Finish them. No. We start and we finish it.
Yeah. Yeah, but congrats, Warren. It's really cool.
Yeah.
He also got this. I think it's a custom rogue,
Yes.
but
That's from the same group of the Black Magneto that I have.
it's really cool. I love her portrait. Her portrait stands out.
Yeah. He does really good jobs on the portraits. Those eyelashes are a bit weird, but it's good though.
Yeah, you don't typically see eyelashes sculpted like that, do you?
Yeah.
Mm-mm. I
Maybe
wonder why he took that approach.
It
when
could be,
he
it could
took
be
that
the
approach.
paint. It could be the paint application.
Yeah. pretty cool.
I've heard a couple people be disappointed with the base and how similar it is to the obvious sideshow comparison.
Yeah. But yeah, this is Warren's too. Like, yeah, it's a two awesome pieces, man. I love this one. This one looks, and the presents, like like you can't miss this one. Like I said, some people are receiving their Storm, and this is basically like 100% all of us. Like we get the box and we find the closest table.
Yeah.
You're like, let's just unbox it just to see if it's all good, you know.
The only thing I didn't like about that one was the hairline, bro.
Yeah, I think that's everyone's complaint too.
That's the only, like, I don't even mind the suit that the suit is like shiny like that, but that hairline, bro. You have it coming, right?
Yeah, I should be. I haven't got a notification on it yet, but it should be coming. Like it's already paid for and everything. I'll definitely let you know, man.
I mean, it's not that even it's a bad head sculpt. The head sculpt is nice, and the hair is nice. It's just the line. It looks like it's like a helmet. They just put it there.
Yeah, literally. Like it's an attached piece.
Maybe if it's sent to like a pro painter or something that does custom work, they could probably get it to where it needs to be. Because that's the only miss for me in this piece. Yeah,
But
from
Dave,
there it's great. That's fantastic. You don't notice like that, but
from far away.
yeah. I mean, I got some. I mean, the throne one that I have, the ultimatum one. That piece, like, you really don't want to get super close to the face. That he looks kind of derpy. So that's why I really want to send them to paint to do something to take that thing away. You see, that factory paint job look horrible.
I love
Hey,
the skin
man,
tone on this
receding
one.
hairlines can affect all of us. All right.
Yeah, they did that. That's nice. What was that?
He said receding hairlines affect all of us.
Well, no, yeah, I mean, oh yeah, I'm way under the process, but
No, I think it looks great, man. I mean, overall, this is an excellent piece overall, man.
yeah.
I think it's really well done. The light up is pretty cool. It's a nice touch.
I did see somebody complaining about the magnet on, like, the
Yeah.
where the arms are. Like, maybe it's like they didn't like the wire. Yeah, that it wasn't like attaching as it should. I think I saw a video of it. On
Yeah,
Facebook.
people were saying they're not strong enough, supposedly.
I wonder if you could take some thin filament and just kind of tie there around the wrist, and to
Well, I
where
mean,
it wouldn't be visible.
Because that cape has wires, right? So if it has wires, if you pose it right with the magnets, it shouldn't have that much of an issue. It could be an opposing issue with the cape as well.
Yeah, our boy Thor had his day, man. Like Wednesday came out, he was saying like 100 people messaged him saying like, "You gotta watch the episode. You gotta watch the episode."
Mm.
So Thor did a little video on this, and he said, "I told you all." Did you guys watch it?
I saw.
Yeah, Thor's a funny guy, man. But yeah.
He's my dude.
Oh, DT posted these like I think almost like 2 weeks ago. But man, like another custom Joker, but it's an amazing Joker. I've never seen a base like this where they put a bunch of different portrayals of Joker. That was cool.
Oh, that's creative.
Oh, nice.
There's a real crazy-eyed looking one too. Portrait.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah, that's fucking great.
And then the killing joke, with that's a nice touch.
Yeah, I like.
I'm really surprised. Yeah, how far they got with this one. Like they got a bunch of portraits on one piece like this. This is really cool. Here's a better. There's that one. I never saw that one until now. That's different.
That's like almost like the what was it, Fabok look from the Three Jokers.
Mm. Yeah, that's great.
And this is my favorite picture right here. You get to see them all in
Yeah.
one. That's the base.
Yeah, that's dope. It's a really nice touch.
This one's the person that received their storm. Man, she's like setting the whole line up. As soon as like if you take her out, it's like the line's cool, but when you put her in there, it sets it
Yeah.
off.
The only thing that throws me off from this, again, like this is my OCD. Like the entire picture is fantastic. It's great, but why is that Cyclops base in the snow when everything else is dangerous? Why? Why did they do that? They had the entire line, so then why do you put him on the snow?
Yeah.
Well, that's just the snowy part of the danger room. That's just part of the danger room. That's a snow level.
Exactly, right?
Maybe.
Just transports me back to like 1992 or something,
Yeah.
the X-Men the animated series when I see this.
Yes.
Oh yeah. This is awesome.
What is the most, I guess, voted fan favorite Cyclops out there? If y'all had to name one, just like Hush Superman, for example.
I really like the way that the custom group, he dissolved the group and stuff, but the Mac custom for Cyclops was a really good one.
I haven't seen that one yet. I gotta check that one out. But
Yeah,
it's always between the Sideshow and the XM one. For me, I had both, but I went with the XM route because it came with a different torso. Like, he looks up. But it's always been between those two, Sideshow and XM. There's another one coming out. XM's doing a third scale one. I think that's gonna, when people get that in hand, it's gonna be a killer piece.
Is the Mac the one with the like the red clear resin beam coming out?
Charlie, do you happen to know, Charlie?
The what? Which one? I'm sorry.
He says the Mac. Is it the one with
Mac?
the clear?
It
Resin,
looks
you know,
it's very similar to the XM Cyclops, because it's like he's standing up and he's shooting the beam like that. I'm trying to find the picture to see if I can send it to you so you can put it up there. But yeah,
I'm gonna keep going with this one though. Mr. X received his retirement gift, I guess. Yeah, I thought he was retired, but he got the Balrog in recently, and man, this always blows me away. Anytime someone posts a picture of the Balrog, I gotta put it up. This is something else, man. Oh, I'm sorry, Mark. Mark had to leave. So yeah, Mark, thanks. Sorry, man. Jen meant unbox this one, the prototype. Is this one calling out to any of you guys by chance?
the portrait.
No.
I don't like the portrait, man. I don't mind the costume. The portrait, I don't like.
I mean, this is the video game license, right?
But yeah, like the new one, the Legends or something like that. Here we go.
So, I mean, does anyone here play that game? And if so, does the sculpt look like the game? Does it match it well?
I've never played it.
Yeah, I never played this game. I assume it probably looks just like the game, though.
I mean, if it looks like the game, then I'd say job well done. The base is kind of generic. It's impressive because of its size alone, I guess.
Yeah,
Not much more really impresses me.
Vibranium Jim does say it does match it. So there you go.
Well, yeah. then it's not bad. I just think the base is generic.
Yeah, the presence
But
alone
maybe
though, it's pretty cool. It's 1/3 scale Thanos, so you're getting a huge piece. Oh, here's like another picture. This is the other one Mark was talking about. Archangel. Look at those wings, man. I love those wings.
those wings are impressive.
Cash, were you getting this one by chance or no, not this one?
No, I really like this one. I think it's very impressive. With the space that I have for mutants. For
Do
me,
it.
it's isn't one of them, man. Nah.
Yeah, I think
Steve, I sent you the Cyclops that I was talking about there. It's very similar to the XM, but that one is a custom.
we'll check it out. Yeah, man, this one's pretty badass, I think. I know it's looking it up and
Yep.
everything, but yeah.
It definitely is. What's crazy is my where I have the display for all the mutants at. It's actually on the bottom shelf, so like this would really go perfect looking up.
So you should probably get it. That's what you're saying.
Exos?
Not a new collector, Brenton.
Can't
Is
dupe
that-
you
is that
into that,
Exo?
huh?
Cash?
What's up?
Is that EXO?
No, this is a XM right here.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah. Theirs is cool too. If you like your characters with wings and stuff and different like fighting poses, that's definitely cool.
Yeah, this one's really cool. So I didn't even like recognize it. This is a custom one. This is like someone did a rendition of the Bowen one, and I
Oh, yeah.
completely crossed my mind. It's like a quarter scale they did. I wish they would do this more often. Like they would redo old pieces, but more modernized.
Yeah, I would love a 1/4 scale of the Bowen 1/6 Magneto.
Yeah.
That'd be
Me
great.
too. Like the portal, that's beautiful, man.
And you can put I think there's another one that you can put the surfboard on the wave or something like that, or I think it's like a different option pose or a different version.
Yeah.
Of
It like lays flat.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah. Yeah, this is an awesome custom. Oh yeah, that's it's pretty cool. Oh, I wanted to put this in because the movie's out and everything, but like man, Hot Toys, this is a perfect one to do for Hot Toys. Like it's a 6 scale figure, but you can pose it any way you want. And I thought this was like the perfect one to do. It's
Agreed.
yeah.
The
I
only
don't want to
Magneto
say
that I have refused to get for to buy the Hot Toy Magnetos. Like,
oh really?
I don't like joints. I don't like the joints.
This one though, like
It's the first
No, but
mistake.
but this one is adequate. That belongs. That has like
The
it's
toy.
a
feel.
toy. So yeah,
yeah.
you can get away with the joints.
I think Eddie was saying he was going to get it, but yeah, man, this is like this is nostalgia right here. A lot of nostalgia.
Hey, my thrusters aren't working. Atmosphere here.
Like his little feet thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I heard they did like a Toy Story version of this too, but it's going for like $800 now. So people are trying to resell it. But hopefully the movie's good. Our guy Jimmy was showing this today, and I've never seen this until he showed it. It's like custom Thanos and Lady Death. He was talking about how the Lady Death's dress or her outfit is like insanely detailed, and I thought I was like, nah. But then I look closer, and it's like, wow.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, that's something. Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
At least he's wearing black because a painter having to deal with that.
Even Thanos looks pretty good too.
Yeah, that's a nice head sculpt. Is that 1/4?
It's 1/4. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, really nice.
Oh, the base is pretty cool too. It's like
I mean, it's just a small footprint in general.
that's the best part. Like Thanos always takes up a ton of space, and this is definitely a small footprint.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what people should be like. Companies should be doing right now. Small bases, small footprints.
Get more characters into your line. Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
It's a good one.
You also got this one. This guy's crazy, man. I think we're enabling him too much.
I told him today.
Got his Spider-Man fixing too.
Shout out to him.
Hell yeah, Jimmy's I'm hoping Jimmy's not doing this for the show because he's getting a piece like every day, you know. It's cool though. I didn't do memes last week. I thought it's time to get back into some memes. People my age know what this is immediately. You guys know, right?
Taco Bell, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, fuck,
I was
how
gonna
did I
say,
remember?
just it looks like a generic, Tex-Mex fast food kind of restaurant. I mean, there's no logos anywhere. It could be a Taco Tico's. It could be a Taco John's. It could be a Taco Bell. They're all interchangeable.
This the Hank Hill voice I can hear right now. That's a clean burning Jedi, I tell you what.
Tell you what, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby.
Switch to propane.
Yeah.
Propane accessories, man.
It says when you finally catch the person who keeps spending your money.
That's Brenton, man. Hawk and Banner.
That's so true.
You know what? That would be another good statue. Why don't have they done that? Clark Kent like changing into Superman? Like, wouldn't that be something?
Superman transformation.
Yeah. Have him like running into a phone booth.
It says, am I fat? The girls say, am I fat? Oh my God, you are so beautiful. Guys say, bro, am I fat? Bro, I know 5 fat people and you are 4 of them. Man. It's officially time to start worrying. 99 cents. I haven't seen this yet here, luckily, in the East Coast. I still buy these at 99 cents, but I could see this coming soon, 129.
Yeah.
The end.
Is it? You don't think that's Photoshop?
No. Our guy Buck was mentioning it. He was saying like he's seen it.
Okay.
Dude, if you go to like Walgreens or like a local CVS, they always have them on sale for like 2 for $1.
Yeah.
You can just wait for the sale and grab a bunch of them. That's what they do. That's what they do in my location. They just wait for them on sale, and people will literally grab like 10 of them. Especially if you're going to like the lake or something with your family, for the kids or something, or yourself, depending on what flavor you want.
I always get a full grocery bag full of these, man.
Yep.
Can't just buy one.
Heck no.
This is funny. The ending we all wanted.
Oh God.
I still haven't seen this movie, but
don't.
what's that?
You haven't seen this?
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen Twilight either, and I'm good.
There's no need.
I watched it. I watched
You're
it.
not missing much.
You're like so proud of that moment too. You're like, I did it.
I watched it with the lady, bro. I watched it with the lady.
What were you saying,
It's
Nathan?
I said you're not missing much. It's mildly entertaining. It's not bad, but it's you have to understand that it's kind of geared towards you know
Tween.
young younger people
Yeah.
and maybe even more so females than guys. But it was popular for a reason, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, are you talking about Twilight or Disney Plus shows?
They filmed some of that not far from where I live, out on the Olympic Peninsula, just northwest of me.
Oh, nice.
It's really pretty up there. Yeah, it's a rainforest. That's real cool.
That's probably like my favorite meme though. Is this? It's a Robert Pattinson one where it's like it took him 12 years to become a bat because they have a picture of him here and then a Batman. So
Pros of being an adult: I can eat 28 cookies and no one can stop me. Cons of being an adult: I ate 28 cookies and no one stopped me, and now I feel awful. Oh, and then we get back into pictures, and I thought this was badass. This is Queen Studios' Vision.
They're killing it with their boss line.
Yeah,
is that supposed to be a life-size bust?
Yep.
It is.
Oh my!
Of Thanos.
Look at that
too, yeah.
Thanos like dwarfs it. It
No,
makes it look so tiny.
that Thanos is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like you need
Delaney's
5
got
people
that
to block.
coming.
Oh, and this guy actually got one. The first. I've never
Oh,
got this
wow.
before. Yeah.
Oh,
I have a few. I have a few of those in my collection.
Oh, nice, man. Like when you opened it, was like another like huge factor to it? You're like, oh wow, like this is.
Well, a few of them I kind of like. I asked for it to see if I could get it. If you don't ask, you don't know. Especially, I mean, at least with customs. And so, the one next to XM, that's the first of the edition. The Black Magneto is number 1 of the edition. This one was supposed to be number 1, but somehow something happened and I did not get the number 1. And I think, the Graven Labs, the Magneto one with the X-Men in Stones, that one also I think is number 1 of the edition side. But yeah, it's fun. It's definitely something. It doesn't really affect absolutely nothing. I mean, some may say that it adds to the value of it. I don't. It's just a fun thing. It's like, oh, it's the number 1. But yeah, sometimes it really doesn't benefit you to get the number 1 because that usually is the one that is being tossed around the most. So there's also that possibility.
Yeah, it's like with cars too. Like if you get the first generation or the first year of that generation, it comes with all the faults.
Yeah,
You want to
yeah,
wait till like the last year, which is the 4th year, where they perfect everything. Brenton, man, like, do you think you'll ever jump on the what's it called, bus side of statues?
You know what? I think it's character dependent. So let's I'll figure out my focus, and I guess if they make character within my focus, then I'd consider it if it's really well done.
They don't take up. I don't know. They are space hogs. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as some statues out there. To be honest with you, I mean, they're really no wider than like. Well, they're probably about as wide as the Shogun actually, but never mind. They're big.
Never mind, they're huge.
It's like having.
I've got a third
scale
one on the way
statue.
this year too. I've got 2 now.
Oh,
I've got a third on the way. Jack Nicholson. It's from a custom group.
Oh, wow.
I'm
Our
really excited
guy,
about it.
Our guy John loves Jack Nicholson, so yeah, like whenever you get it, like let us know so we can check it out.
Oh yeah, man! I've got their Keaton from the same group already. It's pretty nice.
This is from our guy, Phoenix, and he said one Superman's not enough, so you gotta get the second one. That just like tells you how crazy third scale is right there.
I know that.
Well, yeah, that's what the picture that I had there that you posted that you showed there of my Akumas. You can see how big the PCS 1/3 is compared to all the 1/4.
Everything else, yeah, it's a
To be
monster.
It's a leap. It's a leap. Yeah.
Oh, respect.
to be fair, the Hush Superman towers over other 1/3 pieces too. So
Yeah, the base is probably
Yeah,
that
the
much
base
right
and that
there.
floating effect.
This one came out beautiful, man. Like
Yeah. The lightness
Ro-
is really on point.
Robert posted these, and man, congrats, Robert. Like I saw this picture, I thought it was her. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
you see, like yeah, this looks like they even got her little mole that she has on the side. Like I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
wow.
perfect.
Right there, this is the picture I wanted to show right here. Like you see how her hair is kind of like everywhere. It makes it look more realistic to me.
Yep.
Too realistic.
That's a whole nother like ballpark also, like maintaining that hair though, like with the dust and
Oh.
whatever. I don't care how much you enclose it. Like that's a different level of care of statue caretaking that you have to take.
Mm-hmm.
I swear she just looked at me, man.
Yeah. Yeah. You put this in the corner of a room, she'll be yeah.
It's great work from Infinity Studios.
Oh, XM did their Venom. Well, this is a prototype right now, right? So it's like a work in progress, and it's gonna come out killer, I think, man. Like I love the color. I love like the sculpt from what XM's doing with this one. Like they also did the like, extra portrait right here. It looks.
That right there is what's probably gonna do it for me is that portrait because I'm sold on the Sideshow Carnage,
Oh
especially
yeah.
being a Daniel Bell fan. But the Venom, I like it from Sideshow, and I'm sorry, I don't like comparing, but like I'm comparing because it's like a whole thing that I'm trying to get, and I love being able to see a human face on here. Like I like that aspect of it of just something that I don't have in my collection. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That just needs
Yeah,
a
but
little
this.
bit of the white eye from the Venom on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I heard a lot of people saying that it should at
Right
least have
there.
the white eye right here.
Yeah.
That's all that's missing.
Yeah, that's a good call out.
I wonder
They're
if
arguing
XM would touch that up.
about this post
It has
show
it has
last
sort
night.
of a little bit of the silhouette that they could pull it off if they want to. So it might
Yeah.
be again like you were saying a work in progress. They haven't added that part yet,
Yeah.
but it needs it.
It does.
But I was hearing that this is
So
the
you're
ultimate Venom.
still on the
What was that?
someone that's getting the sideshow, but now they're on the fence between. I mean, that all they've really shown is the head sculpt so far, right? They haven't showed the rest of it.
Yeah, just
I mean-
it's one of those things you gotta wait.
Yeah, because I heard that this is going to be the ultimate Venom from some of the pictures shown, and that one won't have
I mean,
the white
that-
spider on it. So
That head
that's going to
sculpt
be.
looks great so far.
If it doesn't have the spider on it, Brenton, I'm no go for that.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's
Yeah.
the fear now is because they already did. Like XM already did a Venom.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
didn't they call this one Venom 2?
I don't know. I heard it was like the ultimate because those other sculpted like work in progress pictures they're showing.
Yeah. Well,
And if
we'll
it
see
doesn't
in a
have the
couple
white
weeks, I'm sure.
spider, as beautiful as this looks, that's a
I
killer.
can't get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who did the sculpts?
So
It's still prototype. I don't think they released that yet. I hope they
Oh,
do
there's it.
soon, but the sculpt looks amazing. Do you guys
So
care
just
for the
have-
underbite right here?
I
Is that
like
how he
that.
is? You like it?
It's not my
I like
favorite.
it as well.
I mean, at least this is looking very little lethal protector ish.
It's like a McFarlane look. Is
Yeah,
it not?
yeah.
No, that McFarlane made him even though. Like this was past McFarlane.
I
This is Eric
I have to
Larson.
just.
Eric Larson
Sure.
started the underbite.
This looks really good, man. Like I love the drastic change that it's going through. Like you could tell like he's morphing into it. It's not like a mutation or like a weird thing going on. It's like he's going through the whole. It looks awesome. Dang. And yeah, man, that's 103 pictures that we just went through, and that's it.
No. You gotta show the bust.
I'll get it.
Have you got a bus coming in, Steve?
Not me. Charlie does though.
Oh, is that what you're bringing up?
Yeah, I'll bring it right up.
I also said
Oh, Charlie,
sir.
this is crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh wow.
Yes. That's my profile
This is
picture
life
right
size?
now. Yes, sir.
This is his profile picture. Wow.
Yeah, man.
There's not much out there for Magneto bus, is there?
No, this would be the first coming out. That this would be the first Magneto one life size. Because there's another one from Co Collectibles, but they haven't put it out yet. So if this ships out first, it'll be the first.
This looks really, really good. Man.
That Master Sosa.
Oh, Sosa did this. Okay.
I was gonna show the Cyclops too, real quick.
Yeah. That's the Cyclops I was talking about. It's very similar to the XM, but that I feel like that one takes the cake as far as the ones that I've seen so far. Again, I'm not super critical of like him, and somebody that is like a hardcore Cyclops may not like it, but like to me that's pretty epic. They captured the beam pretty nice. There's some other portraits in that lights up too, so yeah.
Dang. I've never seen this one, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the Mac. That's the same. That's from the same studio as the Polaris and Magneto picture that I sent you there.
I remember now.
Those two. So it's from that same group. Oh, by the way, she's my number. She's number 1 too of the ES.
Oh, nice. The Doctor, he has the Polaris, and I've seen this one in person. She looks amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a license.
That one, like what is that? That portrait and this one are the two best portraits. Especially this one for the hair. The hair is ridiculous.
One second. Oh, dang! I never seen that one yet.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the Jim Lee portrait.
Dang, they went all out on that one.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Dang. Oh, here's a front. Oh,
There you go.
wow.
There you go. Yeah, man.
When do you think you'll be getting this one?
It should be shipping by the end of the month.
Dang.
It should be shipping by the end of the month. I think they were getting done with the painting of the. It's only 30 of them, so.
Well, that's it, huh? 30.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's like that one's going right here. I have my arcade stick display, but I'll move the one on top, and that's coming like right next to right here. It's coming right here.
That's crazy. So Aiden does bring up a good point. Aiden says, Charlie, you need a 1-to-1 full Magneto.
Yeah, I know. I want one too. There's one on eBay. It's just that it sucks. I'm not getting that one, but I want one eventually. Like I want a 1/2 and a 1/1, and with that I would definitely close the collection.
Wow.
Because I would have a piece of each scale.
You're good with what you have. Don't mistake.
No, I would definitely jump on those. Like that would be something that would pique my interest for, like, if it's a red and purple Magneto. But if it's a half scale, it will probably be the first one. So I will probably hop on that. If it's the first life size, I will probably hop on that. I will probably break my bank, but yes, I will buy it then, because aftermarket ain't nobody buying that aftermarket. So.
Man. And it's funny, like while we're doing this show, I was waiting for this guy. What's up, Buck?
It's good.
Hey, Buck.
What's up, guys? I was trapped by the Sandman in a temporal space. You know,
It means you're sleeping.
Mother of God.
Buck,
Busy with snozzberries.
this is our guy, Charlie, the king of Magnetos, Mr. Magneto himself, man.
yeah, I've seen him. I saw him on DCX like a while ago. Yeah, he has an awesome collection.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Buck's our artist. He's our critique. He's our you need
Well, I actually
convincing.
want
You
to
send him
ask
to
each and
Buck.
every one of you from all the Magnetos I have, which each of you would pick as your top. I want to see what your tastes are like regarding Magneto. A little bit of judging here.
Damn.
I'll bring him up.
Delgado.
And it was, I mean, I was trying to. I don't have them on my phone, so I can't really send them to you. Like, 'cause I have basically all of them, like each and every single one picture taken, but so you can see more detail. That looks, yeah. But still, you know what the statue is if you've been around for a little bit now. So.
Damn, it's a hard choice.
For me, it's always been this guy right here. I love this one.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be my number 2.
The popcorn one, right?
It's hard to choose.
That's what a lot of people call it.
I can't unsee that now, Dave. Because I can see, like everything's popping. So it's that.
No, but the actual the levitating pieces, metal pieces on that piece by itself, like if you see it front, they did a good job on that. Like, I'm not taking that away. I just wish it would have been more faithful to the art.
Damn.
I have a closer picture, like if you guys want to see the other side.
I have like 4 in my head. I don't know which one to pick.
Yeah, I think I'm down to like 2.
All right.
Which ones are they, Brenton?
I'd say the Magneto on Throne by XM there.
All right.
And then the one right to the left of that. I think that kind of captures what I think
All right.
Magneto the best.
All right.
The one in the center with the skull, is that RCB? Or
No, that's the original Mad X.
Mad X. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Those are those 2 middle ones are my most expensive pieces. To be honest, the one on the right there, I bought it for an amount, and the other day somebody out of nowhere came and asked me, "Would you sell it?" I'm like, I would ask for a ridiculous amount of money to sell that piece. Again, there's only 13 of that piece, and I have the prototype. I told him, like, it would be like $10,000, and would that be shipped? And I was like, oh, motherfucker. I was like, motherfucker, don't.
Wow.
No, I can't sell it because I won't find it again. I won't find it again. I know that if I sell it, I know that I can sell it to this person for that amount. I mean, they would pay it if they were serious. But yeah, like those would be the 2 ones that leave my collection the last 2. would be those two, the middle ones.
Damn. Who painted the prototype?
They're so the same as that one on the one with the black face on the other one here. That one and the prototype was painted by Vendetta. She's from Singapore.
Oh yeah, I've seen her work. Very
Yeah.
good painter.
Yes. So she painted that one, and she painted the Deodato Magneto. The other picture.
Damn. I'm gonna go with weird answer.
Yeah, the one with the other picture. The one on the far right in the middle.
Yeah.
That one. She also painted that one for me.
I'll choose the MVC, the Marvel vs. Capcom. Those ones really stand out. I like the way you put the posters behind them.
Yeah, those are not posters. Those are beat art.
Oh, beat art? Nice.
He did that for me, and he also did like the you can see almost a little bit of the face in the corner there, like the little like player portrait, like if you were playing the game.
Oh, I can see it.
Yeah. So I have it for both. So he did that. Yeah, those are beat arts, and so and I have the game. Those little three things you see on the bottom there, those are pins. So at the middle one is MBC2, the one on the left is Magneto, and then the other one is Storm.
Awesome.
So Buck chooses this. Nathan got the Delado. Cash, what did you pick?
Excuse me. I like the XM Studios White Magneto. I really like that statue. But if
that's a good statue. That's a good statue
yeah.
with this piece here with this comic art. It's exactly the same. And I think they did this comic book art after the piece was out.
Mm.
With a reflection. There we go.
Yep.
Marco Cicchetto.
And Nathan, you got the Delado. Brenton, you said you would like the XM and basically these two right here, right?
Yeah, I think if I had to choose just one, it would be the one that was levitating next to the XM on throne.
The Mac. That has like 6 portraits. Yeah.
Cool, man. Let's see.
Cool.
But yeah, you guys, like we're hitting the 2 hours and a half. Anything else you guys wanted to bring up before we close up shop? Brenton, you got anything coming in?
Well, I'm just working on that Gladiator Hulk right now by Sideshow. So eventually I'll be getting that in probably within the next like 4 or 5 months, whenever it ships.
Once that's in, I'll send you your next assignment. Oh man.
Buck, how about you, man? You got anything coming in, or you got anything you want to bring up?
Just waiting for Red Death, and yeah, last I recently saw like an alien statue I want. Someone was selling one on Facebook. It's the King Alien Maquette by Sideshow, and there's also the Alien Warrior Maquette as well. That I'd like to get. I saw for a good price on a website, lower than retail. I want to get that. I want to get Ripley from Prime One,
Yeah,
and I also want to get the Crack Tusk. But since I have no space, it's I keep telling myself not to buy it. Yeah.
At least not Prime One.
One of us, Google Gobble, one of us. We accept that one of us, Google Gobble, one of us.
Prime One of their giant bases.
Yeah. But if I was gonna get only one, it would be the Prime One piece. I want that Predator so bad.
Oh, look who joined us, man.
Thor.
Had to whip Brother's candy's ass. What's up, Thor? That's cool, Buck. How about you, Cash? You got anything coming in, or you want to bring up anything before we get out of here? You're on mute, man.
Next thing coming in is XM piece. You got Doc Ock, and then
Ooh, that's nice.
I think after that will be XM White Magneto.
Oh shoot, okay.
Nice.
Yeah, I think those are the next two. So I'm really excited to get my.
I'm gonna give you a heads up. That's an hour to hour 45-minute build. That's white XM Magneto.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
I tried unboxing that live, Charlie, and that was the worst idea ever. I was sweating. I was like,
assemblies of all the statues that I have. That's one of my longest assembly that
yeah,
I've ever had to do.
Cash, man. Those are two great ones, man. Like the
Yeah.
the Dr. Ock, whatever. Like, I really am looking forward to seeing that one. That one's gonna be really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. Well, congrats on both, man. Like you said, this week or next month or this month?
Doc Ock should be this coming weekend, but Magneto will be sometime next month.
Okay. Nice, man.
Yeah.
Nathan, how about you? I think you mentioned a couple, but like, you want to bring up anything?
Yeah, I've got stuff coming in. I'm really bad, man. Like in between the samurai stuff or larger quarter scale third pieces, I'll get little small ones just to keep me occupied. And I never keep them around long. But no, tomorrow I've got a custom 1/6 scale Batman from Gummy Bear that I bought to bring into my office, starting not necessarily a new job per se, but I'm sliding over from a contractor to a more permanent position, doing the same thing. But yeah, I got this piece to put in my office, and then I also ordered another. I think it's PVC, but it's a Miller Batman from the third issue of the original Dark Knight Returns series. It's like 12 inches. Batman kind of crouched down. And I went to a con today. I went to Summer Con here in Washington, and I got some books signed, specifically some Lobo books. I can show you. So like this is number 2 of the series, and Simon Bisley did the series. It's old. It's just about 30 years old. I've had the books for years and years and years, and Simon Bisley happened to be there today, and he signed all 4. And I had one verified and sent off to CBCS. And he didn't ask. He didn't charge me. He just signed them. Said thanks. He was happy to see the books, I think.
That's cool.
He really was. He said, shit, I wrote these when I was a kid, man. Because he was probably, early to mid 20s, and he's sure mid 50s now. But he was cool to talk to, and I sent off a Star Wars #1 from Marvel also, and an original print of that that I've had for, I don't know, a decade or something, and just finally got around to sending it off. So it'll probably grade at maybe, I don't know, 7.5, if I had to guess. We'll see.
Nice.
I was also trying to enable you that time. Are you going to get that unlicensed? The Miller one on the horse?
The one the one on the horse?
Yeah.
I am okay. So there's a Diago Dark Returns Batman that I'm really trying to get, and it's a kit, so that's going to be expensive to begin with, if I can even get my hands on it. The one on the horse, yes, I would consider. It would go. I think if my wife would let it be displayed outside of this room. I could see myself getting it. I almost bought a damn Alex Ross canvas, a signed canvas today. And it was framed, and it was probably 4.5 feet tall. It was beautiful, and my wife didn't like it, and so I couldn't buy it. But man, did I want it! And I had just this guy is an art dealer out of Salt Lake City, and I had just bought a piece from him through some online correspondence that had 3 signatures on it. I'll show you all that when it gets framed. But yeah, I really wanted this Alex Ross canvas. It's mostly green. It's like 66, Batman style, and Batman's surrounded by all the villains. It's really cool, but yeah, she didn't like it.
I was gonna put this video up for you because like right after you bought that, she would have been like,
Can't you get it through your thick skull that I'm broke? Dead, flat, stony broke?
But Buck, yeah, I'm very interested in the Batman horse. I think it'll be pricey, but honestly, I think comparatively it would be probably what a licensed piece of that size would probably cost nowadays. I mean, if I think about what I spent on my Shogun, I bought a Shogun, I don't know, a year and a half ago, almost. It wouldn't be much more, or it'd be pretty comparable, I think. So we'll see. I like it, but we'll see. Only if it's painted. If it's a kit, I can't. It would cost way too much to get that thing painted. So if it comes painted, I'll consider it.
Jeff Morris is
yeah, Jeff. Yeah, Jeff. Absolutely, it is Heroic Fine Art. I just bought a print from them, like I said, and was at their booth today. And Dan here bought a nice canvas print from them, signed.
Nathan, I guess you're gonna take chill pill a little bit. Like I know cons are great to go to, but man, like art pieces is like where I go for. But definitely take it easy on.
Why do I need
Alex
to slow
Ross
down?
Why?
Yeah,
He's saying he has a problem.
We all do.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. Space, man. Space is an issue.
Spaces, yeah. But let me close this out. We got like 41 people still watching. Everyone, thanks for watching, and Charlie, thanks for joining. Always welcome, man. If you ever want to jump on, always welcome, man. Yeah, but everyone have a great night and a great weekend. Enjoy the long weekend. Celebrate, man. But I'll see you guys.
Father's Day, guys.
Whoever's father here.
Yep. Happy Father's Day too.
Yeah,
man.
happy Father's Day.
Yep, happy Father's Day, everyone.
Guys.
Cheers.
All right.
Peace.